Heading joints.
Recording live from somewhere. It is a world's famous TITT, his home team in the motherfucking house.
No question. Hey, but I know where we at though. We on Tobacco Road, baby.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man.
Yeah.
It's been a crazy week. Anybody that's able to watch the video of this, you can see Phillmatic. You know, he's always got the fitted, he's always got the sneaks, and you know, in this particular case, he's got the Carolina. So, you know, all Carolina everything. So salute to the Tar Heels for winning round one.
Yeah, we'll see y'all again in
we'll see y'all on March 3rd.
March
3rd. Yeah, see you on March 3rd. And then hopefully maybe, you know, March 10th. Who knows? But
you want
that's right, man. But that's not what the people are worried about right now. Man.
No. That's where we at now. That's not what we are.
So, first of all, before we get into anything, anybody that knows us, all right, you're like we love sports. We are hip hop junkies like to the fullest, and I gotta take it to a serious moment just for a moment. Anybody that knows us knows how much hip hop means to us. It is a culture. It's also like somewhat of a religion. It's it's been a parent, a big brother, little brother, you know, just everything to us. For sure. And we just lost someone in the form of Lovebug Starsky, someone who is essentially responsible for a lot of things, especially the actual word hip hop itself. Like, they were looking to coin the phrase or the genre, or just describe what was going on in the Bronx. He was someone that was very instrumental in making sure that the word hip hop was something that people knew and, you know, used as that term to describe what was happening. And as we know now, it is a global phenomenon. It is probably the most infectious way to communicate with people.
Yes, absolutely. Because why? Everything's hip hop.
Everything is hip hop. So we would be remiss if we did not take out a moment to just give a brief tribute, brief moment of silence for a king, for a legend, for one of the fathers of this culture. So we just want to take a moment for a moment of silence for Lovebug Starsky. Here we go. We appreciate that. Our prayers and thoughts and love go out to his family and everyone that was touched by him. A lot of the legends, a lot of people that we look up to consider this guy to be up there as far as, you know, the hierarchy of where hip hop stands.
One of the most influential men in the culture, and one of the reasons why it is at the level that it is today. So
absolutely.
Definitely condolences and prayers to his friends and family and his fans.
Yes, sir. Phil, like I said, like in the vein of hip hop, like we can definitely switch gears from, you know, from the joy and the pain. So we got a lot to address tonight. We're gonna get into it, man.
Yeah, man. It was a lot of it was about 50 years worth of pain, but it's a whole lot of joy for a lot of our friends, man.
No pun intended. Anybody that has not listened to the last episode of Tissue and the Tape, please do yourself a favor. My brother did an excellent job producing this last episode. RJ Payne was the guest. RJ Payne was the subject. And he, you know, he, like, if you're not familiar with him or his works, the last episode of Tissue and the Tape was a perfect way to get introduced to that. Episode 174 is available. You can check it out now.
Absolutely, man. I feel like we back, man.
Nah, we in a rhythm, man. We, like you said, it's foot on their next season, man.
On their next season, man. That's how you
season. 'Tis the season.
I'm jumping in 2 feet in, man. Coup de grace style. Shout out to Finn Balor, yo.
All right, so we also got to give a shout out to, man, one of our brothers, man, one of our Hampton brothers. A dude, man, he personifies just, you know, just being a real tri-state nigga, man. Like, like, you know what I'm saying? He's a Jersey. He's a Jersey dude to the heart, but he loves Philadelphia. He loves the Philadelphia sports teams. His dad loved the Philadelphia sports teams. One of his best friends loved the Philadelphia sports teams. These are people that we've actually shouted out on the show. Talking about Curtis Cleveland Jr.
Yes.
Recently, we did a show that we dedicated to Nate Jones. Man, he was another one of our Hampton brothers. He was a humongous Eagles fan. Like, yo, let's rumble out in the parking lot over the Eagles right now. Like, that's how he felt. And Brandon Graham was actually someone that people looked to. Skato, who's his name, but like people looked to Skato. Essentially Skato was responsible for everything Brandon Graham did because Skato was such a huge Michigan Wolverines fan. So when they drafted Brandon Graham and they didn't get Earl Thomas, right? Like Cass is looking at Skato like, all right, like we are bad at safety right now. Like we ain't had a safety since Brian Dawkins. We got a chance to replace him. And we drafted this
Brian Dawkins,
Hall of Famer. Like, we got so much to talk about. So, like, they were like, all right, Skato said, no, dog, trust me. It's good, he good. Trust me, ball. They said, all right. So, Phillmatic, what happened in the Super Bowl, man? Did Brandon did ball? Like, like, so I said all that to say, man, shout out to Curtis Cleveland, man. We ended up having to hand him some money electronically based on his faith for the Eagles.
Yeah, man. He put his faith.
Yeah, he said, y'all brothers doing a whole bunch of talking, y'all niggas want to put some bread up.
Hey, man.
And I was chilling, and I was like, you're not gonna involve the point spread or nothing. He was like, nah, straight up, dog, let's get it.
If they win, they win.
Yeah, and I was just don't. Right, the gambler in me, I was like, hold on, like that's not a bad bet, like straight up.
But the way I look at it, though, we sacrificed, for the greater good of the city of Philadelphia.
Exactly. So again, man, shout to Kurt, man. Like I said, his dad, who is no longer with us, rest in peace. He was a huge Eagles fan. He passed on that legacy to him. And again, one of his best friends, Skato, who was our dude as well, was a huge Eagles fan. And it was just an emotional time for everybody. Everybody has stories like that, yo. Like, of
course, man.
Everybody has stories like that. My uncle was the huge. My grandfather was the hugest. So, man, salute to everybody. Like you said, the general.
She would have been going ham.
Exactly.
Yeah, you would have found a way down Parkway.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing, man. And you owe the people something too, my brother.
Yeah, I do. Because last week I had the bright idea to say that if they found a way to win, that I would come back on here and salute them by singing "Fly Eagles Fly."
Now I want you to take it a step further, because we are in the business of making sure that the most people, the most eyes and ears know that you did this. So we need to make this an IG clip. Like, this is definitely.
Oh no, it's happening. No. So hold up. We gonna do that. Hold on. Just because I'm for the people, yo.
Yeah.
So here I go. We going live right now.
Oh yeah.
It's happening, yo.
Oh, let's go.
For all the world to see.
Yes, go.
But I gotta do it right, yo. So if I gotta do this, let me flip the camera so they can see me. If I gotta do this, I gotta do it like my boys would do it.
That's right. Bring it home.
Bring it home.
Bring it home.
Jerome Brown from the U.
Let's go.
Oh shit! I just figured out I need the phone to because I don't know the word. Hold up. No, I got it.
The words are easy, yo. Don't be Kobe Bryant, yo.
No, I was gonna sing like the whole June.
Okay, like you.
Hold on, I got it though. We gonna make this happen. I got it though. All this technology. Come on, dog. Bear with the bull one time. Yeah, this happening, yo.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a special moment in tissue.
All right, one time for my city, man. Hey Alexa, why didn't you tell me the Eagles were going to win?
This might answer your question. In the 2017-18 season, the Eagles finished first in the NFC East with a record of 13-3.
Yeah. Thank you. She was like, "He told you, pussy."
Hold up, man. All right, there we go. All for the people, yo. So, Val, what did you think of the game when it was actually going down? Did you think they was going to do it?
Nah, man. I thought when Brady, when they kicked the field goal, they didn't score the touchdown, and Brady got the ball back. I said, "Uh-oh." What was it? It was 38-33.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said, "Oh no." What Mark Jackson say? "Mama, there go that man."
Mama, there go that man.
Oh, I said, "Oh no." Well, my wife ain't moved for 4 hours to set the same spot, and I was like, "Oh no."
Loaded term in NFL circles, and that's fair.
Why you want to go into that, love, huh?
Yeah, I was like, "Oh no, here we go again." I was like, I'm gonna have to peel her off the couch. Go tuck her in.
and then the Fly Eagles joint was they started ramming.
Yo, the song is so easy, yo.
But why would I ever sing it though?
I don't know, but
all right, here I go, man. And because we are a hip hop station.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory. Fight, fight, fight. Fight, Eagles, fight. Score a touchdown. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hit them low, hit them high. Catch them in flight. Fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Salute to the city. Y'all did the impossible.
Free Meek Mill.
Free the boy Meek.
Nice.
Oh, that goes so hard. Well, now that we got that out the way.
Yeah, nah, that was worth it, man. That was worth it. Gold-blooded. Here we go, this guy. So let's get right into the show, man. One of the most beautifulest things that we saw not only was the fact that the city of Philly got to celebrate for the first time, and God knows how long, but at least 52 years of them being Super Bowl. But not only that, man, we saw, like you said, we saw the boy Meek, man, do numbers that just, it's a 5-year-old song, so it's not like something that. It's not something that's new. It's not something that's been nuanced, and like we've already seen it hit heights already. Like we've seen it at barbecues, seen it at wedding receptions, we've seen it at sporting events, high school, college, pro. So we've already seen this song become de facto
let-outs.
Yeah, like and it's already been an anthem for the city. Period. We were talking about some of the songs that might go on the Philly Mount Rushmore.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's up there with Summertime at this point. It's up like if it wasn't before up there with Summertime,
it's definitely now.
It's definitely now.
It might have surpassed.
It might have, yeah.
It might have just surpassed Summertime because
what it's connected to is
this is the biggest thing that's ever happened.
Yeah, for sure.
Since 1776.
Yeah, no, straight up. Like, I mean, From all accounts, it was a peaceful event too, so there wasn't a whole lot of nonsense going on. So you get that many people gathered in a place like that,
so many different backgrounds and ethnicities and religions, and
so people were bugging off the fact that Drake had the record or whatever for streams from God's Plan, new #1 song in the country.
Yeah.
Man, Meek did 1.4 million US streams on the day after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so
like
February 5th.
Yeah, like
a milli.
Yeah, so just right there, just kind of it's bittersweet because we know that his star has risen so much. Like when he eventually does get back to it, right? But it's like, how long is it gonna be? Like, are they gonna let him sit another year? Like to where it gets lukewarm. Like it would just be perfect if he was out now to really be able to sit there and enjoy everything that's going on.
Yeah, man, it's so unfortunate because you gotta figure between the Super Bowl and just the appearance fees that he would have got and being able to perform. He would have been at the parade performing his drum.
No question.
Like he's missed, at minimum $1 million. I would say upwards of 10, 15.
Yeah, for sure.
From the past 2 weeks.
Yeah. Now, like the parade would have put him at another level too, for him to be up there with them. Like
he might have been on the field.
Yeah.
Came out. I mean,
he honestly, it might have been him instead of Kevin Hart getting pushed away from the security guard, trying to get up there with the trophy.
They might have brought him up there.
Right.
Oh, wait a minute.
Right.
He was finished.
Yeah. So it's just bittersweet, man. It's just like he's a likable dude, man. For whatever you say about him, like he essentially for the last 8 years has been a household name in rap circles.
Yeah, man. And myself and you to some degree, but myself in particularly been hard on because we know the potential, we know the skill level, we know what he can do. So to see him actually winning and not being able to capitalize on it kills me, man. And especially coming off such a great album, with wins and losses.
Yeah.
Which I thoroughly enjoy. Had some of the then even the mixtape Dream Chasers 4, just the success of that, the Meekin
music. Yep.
Yeah. So he was really just starting to get all the way back from the whole shit with Drake to, just being a dude making good music and, capitalizing on it. Then he gets in this situation and now it's just really, he's being held on some bullshit and it's real unfortunate because for all the people that do shit to be in jail on something so lame and not even like a real charge.
Yeah.
I really have a grudge.
We're 2 months away from our 4th anniversary of doing this show. And for the entire duration of that time, he's either been in jail, out of jail, fighting, getting in jail, or about to go back. Like some of our early episodes, I remember this, like talking about the fact that it would suck if he had to go back, or some of the episodes in between now and then, like, oh man, I hope he gets out soon. Free Meek. It's like, yo, like
we had I think we did like a Free Meek episode.
For sure. And like throughout that time, like he hasn't actually really even done anything or been convicted or charged, or
he hasn't actually been charged with
any crime. Yeah.
So
this is tragic, man.
Went back to jail without actually being charged with a crime is one of those, we use term miscarriage of justice. But that's
probation sucks, man. I mean, I know you have to take it so that you won't be in jail. But if you're not prepared to actually really do a 180 and just be like, yo, I can't do nothing.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a problem for you. You're gonna end up.
It's just like the worst part is he wanted to move to like kind of get away from a lot of the stuff that was the negative influence, because one of the crazy things with with probation and parole, you can't associate with what they deem certain kinds of people. But so he wanted to move to totally remove himself from any potential situations, and they told him no.
Yeah, no, you need to be here so we can check in on you. And
yeah, like you can't be checked in. I mean, there's ways to do this, but that's neither here
nor there. Eagles are Super Bowl champions, which we didn't think that we would see so soon. We knew with Carson Wentz throwing 33 touchdowns in 13 games, we knew they had something special. We knew that. Like, no denying that he was the MVP. They gave it to Brady, and I don't necessarily agree with that, but
I definitely don't.
They gave it to Matt Ryan, and Matt Ryan had the same amount of wins that Carson Wentz had in 3 more games.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't say that, he didn't win enough or his stats weren't there. His stats were there. Like, why didn't you give him the MVP? Because he got injured, and his team had already ascended to the point where they had basically clinched the 1 seed already.
They did.
So and then right, when they beat the Rams, that at least that clinched the NFC East and
the playoff spot, the NFC.
In a bye.
In at least a bye.
At least a bye.
Yeah.
So, man, Brady, you tired of that dude, man. But
do I gotta break it out one time for the people?
Yeah, why not?
why? Why?
We'll be saying that a lot. By the way, man, unsung hero of this whole thing that we've been talking about, the Beat Bully. He's the one that actually produced Dreams and Nightmares intro. Absolutely. He did Hype for Drake, ironically, off Views.
Producers always get to play both sides of the fence. So
yeah, I mean,
that's always funny. I mean,
yeah, I mean, I get it though. I
mean, get your money, but it always seems so like. Could you imagine if like Easy Mo B was producing for Pac and Big at the same time?
Well, yeah, he did, but not at the same time.
But I'm saying that, but at the same time.
Yeah. Hey, Havoc was like, "Yo, P, I love you. I gotta get this bread, baby. I don't care who you don't like. Like
Primo, did 10 Crack Commandments.
Yeah.
And Kicking the Door.
Yeah.
Which is, partly about J-Root.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
I think they got coming to them because they nothing but dicks. He was talking right to him.
Like Nitro and Dynamite Sticks.
Man, I'm surprised you roam with them. Big. Oh man, Big so cold, yo.
Yo, go talk.
Big said, I'm surprised you roam with them.
What rivalry?
Yeah, what rivalry? Yo, but yeah, shout out to Beat Bully, man. I hope people know that he's out here. He has a hip hop classic in his arsenal.
Yeah, yo. I wonder, his royalty checks is probably
low. Oh my gosh, what? Nah, he's loving this right now. He's definitely loving this. So Tone the Beat Bully, aka Tone Beats. Salute. We got so much to talk about, man. Like, first of all, where did you watch the game? I know where. Tell the people where you watched the game.
I was at the house. Had a small gathering of people. Shout out to my uncle Corey. He came through, him and his family.
The OG.
Yeah. His wife Reed. Yo, I think I put the video on her Facebook page. Her celebration video is legendary.
Okay.
Once they won, but I was with them. My uncle Chuck, aka Cowboy, he couldn't be there because he was like, if it don't go his way, he don't want to. He's like, he can't break my TV, but he can break his own. So I'll just leave it at that. So that's how hard he goes.
Yeah.
But he was riding around like Lonzo in training day afterwards. He had several stops to make, and he had time. Yo. So shout out to him. Yo, he set up a little Jobu type seance, complete with candles and sacrificed.
I love it.
Yo, he had Wingstop on the joint. He was like, it was crazy. Yo, he had a whole setup that looked like a Spanish grandma's crib. I mean, with the little candles and everything. So it was just wild, man. My mom watched the Super Bowl, the first full game she's watched in 30 years.
Yeah.
And she thought she was John Madden afterwards. You know, she was trying to fill in openings on the Eagles coaching staff. She was like, because some of them gonna get coaching jobs in other places and they're gonna need people. I'm like, yo, what are you talking about? Yo, you're a retired postal worker that just watched football for the first time.
The delirium, man.
Yeah, yo, she was singing the Steve Woodwin and them Fly Eagle.
Oh yeah.
Fly like an eagle.
Like
oh my God. Murdering that song.
Nah, it's wonderful, man. There's 100 stories to be told about that. Our salute to our War Room brothers too, man. Like B. Austin and Dev, like they are definitely two of the biggest Eagles fans, and they're a different type of Eagles fans though. Like they're like, yo, I need to see 0-0 on the clock. Eagles fans.
That's how my uncle Corey was.
Yeah.
Like when the Hail Mary was like, no, not yet, because the chant was like, y'all won. He was no,
yeah,
not yet. But you know, man, shout out to our squad. Shout out to the grown men, man. I know it was a lot of eye sweat going on.
No question.
You know, they were spread out throughout the world, but they formed like Voltron today for the parade. Yeah. So
salute to them.
Even though I gave them so much shit over the years, I'm truly happy for them dudes because it's one of them things like 3 years ago, I'd have been like, oh, this is the worst thing ever. Oh, I can't take it. But it's just like really, it's not that serious in the grand scheme of things. But for them to never experience that, and for the city to never experience that, this was a beautiful thing, man.
I mean, and also like, yo, like people you love, like you want for them to experience, like you know that feeling. And although time has passed now, but like it's just different now. Like
and it's different for them because
like approaching your 40s, like you're like for example, our dude Steph, he's like, yo, like late 30s, approaching 40. He's like, yo, at this point, I'm just trying to see one before I go.
Yeah, and then the heartbreak of
once you get to that point, it's like, yo, I feel you, fam. Like, yo, like, yeah, I actually want for you to see one before you go. Yeah, you're right.
This is Boston Red Sox winning. This is the Chicago Cubs winning, but it's on steroids because those other places, and yet Phillies, the Phillies have won. The Sixers won back in '83. The Phillies won what 2008.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, the city has won championships, but football is the city's sport.
It's like this. It's like yo, I had Michelle in the back of the back, like I knocked that out. Oh, that's what's up, fam. That's cool. Yo, Kelly Rowland, man. Listen, man, the things that she can do, wow. Oh, so what about B? Nah, I ain't get to B that. I ain't get B yet, dog. You ain't get B yet? Nah, but I'm cool. I got Kelly and Michelle. That's what's up.
Yeah.
It's not the same, yo.
That analogy is crazy, but it's perfect. It is so perfect. It's
not the same.
It's way better than the one I was going to use.
Because when you actually get that call,
dog,
you're nigga. What's up, nigga? What are you doing?
Yo, like the people's faces, like when like oh, dude got with Kelly Rowland, he got with. Yo, Jay got with B?
Yeah.
Like for real?
Like you're happy for that like in a way that you wouldn't be happy for them in other ways.
And then the fact that you see like it comes out later that like like when he first saw her, he was like, "Yo, I want this girl," and then to get her. That's what football is to the
right. Exactly. Like, and the world knows it's not like a hush hush thing. Like, yo, he may have hit, or it's no. I hit, and nobody else can hit until I say so.
Yeah.
Like that's exactly what this is, yo. Like, so you know, the type of elation is just, I can't even imagine.
And it's palpable too. Like you see everywhere you go, anybody, like me and Champ was in the mall, we saw like an 80-year-old man. He looked like that meme that B was putting up of the surprise fan, like I'm still in shock.
Yeah.
He looked like him, had all his Eagles gear on. It was he had the pullover, he had the hat on, he had the little lanyard around the neck, and people was coming up to him, congratulating him.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, like the lady at Chick-fil-A was like, I know you were excited. He was like, I waited my whole life. And it was like, yo, like he was really like holding on.
Yeah.
Like he was like, Elizabeth could come and sweep him up under the rug.
And not in the Quincy Jones type of way either. He wasn't like willing to dry snitch on all the secrets and stuff.
I got bars for Quincy Jones, but
yo, all right. So check this out, man. One of the best projects that came out in the, I'm gonna say 4 years of the show before we get to Quincy Jones and all that stuff. One of the best projects that came out in the past 4 years. We used to always be like, yo, Prime. Listen, anybody that hasn't heard Prime yet, shame on you. Go listen to it right now. It's no excuse. Prime 2 is on the way. Okay. And it's not one of those like, oh, okay, maybe it's coming out. No, Prime 2 is on the way. Prime 2 has a date.
Yep. First sample drop.
So it's like, you know, like it's
no
like,
TBA about it. It's coming.
March 16th. So, I mean, you know,
right
around the corner. So you can pre-order it. You can actually, if you do that, you actually get the song called Era featuring Dave East, who actually delivered a decent guest appearance. So there's that. But I said all that to say, man, on some hip hop stuff, I think for how Eagles fans feel, I think hip hop is in store for another huge year. Like last year was great in terms of the material that came out and all the people.
Absolutely, man. We had a stellar year.
Yeah, it was no shortage of projects or songs or you know, just material.
Let's be clear, Bob, for the people that might be new to the Tissue and the Tape podcast. New Heat Holderz. We're not talking about the shit that, you know, when you tune on your radio or you might hear in between ramblings on the Breakfast Club.
Right.
We're talking about quality hip hop music. You might have to search for it. You might have to dig for it. You might have to just come to us. You know, we on SoundCloud, you know, iTunes, we on the Google Play Store, we on Stitcher, we on the War Room Sports Podcast Network.
TissueandTheTape.com coming soon.
TissueandTheTape.com coming soon. We everywhere. You know what I mean? So you can get the quality hip hop music. We got a new volume of Respect Heat Holderz coming out soon.
Oh yeah.
We got more Heat Rocks, more tune for your head top.
But it's just great because again, we're gonna talk about Sky Zoo a little bit later. But I mean, he just drops, you know, right in February. He's like, all right, boom, January is over. Everybody had a chance to kind of get over the holidays. And he said, boom, there you go.
Our brother Sky, man, 2-time offender, friend of the show. I hate saying that because everybody says that. He's in the circle. Hip hop is a cipher.
Yeah.
In our cipher, he's one of the members in our cipher. So shout out to Sky, man. Yeah. Congratulations on the project. It's fire. We actually bought it. We got
no question. Got receipts.
So definitely go out, buy 78,000 copies. I mean, show the boy some love because he put in quality work. You know, get you a comfy chair, get you a drink, sit back and just
it's that type of joint.
Yeah, it's bar work.
You know, like when we talk about the full listen, and again, Prime 2 is one that will, like, Prime 2 is something that we're gonna knock in the whip, definitely. Like on the way to work, on the way to go get a grub, on, you know, even with, you know, the lady in the whip, like something that's gonna be enjoyable, right?
Absolutely.
Sky Zoo, along those same lines in the whip, definitely, but this is more like, yo, vibing out, like, yo, I might have my favorite drink, my favorite chair, throw that on and kind of just relax for a minute, reflect. You know, like the bars in there, just the way that we'll get into that, but you know, we just want to make sure people know that, you know, there's a lot of good stuff coming out. I want to give a shout out, man. What more can I say with this? The Migos, man. I know they're very polarizing group, but I will say this: they have worked very hard to get to the point where they are. They're slated to be on SNL this season. Stir Fry, which Pharrell just, you know, and Chad just did their Neptunes thing to him. Yeah. Yeah. But no, Stir Fry is undeniably like a, you know, just a guilty pleasure, a dope joint or whatever. But that's the official song of NBA All-Star, which they'll actually be performing at as well. And they're on the cover of Rolling Stone this week.
Crazy.
So, you know, I just want to just say, you know, we're looking at a group that people saw come from the Hannah Montana to the Versace to, you know, the Bad and Bougie era to now, to where they're undeniable when you think of rap. And, you know, we know what rap is, we know what hip hop is. When you think of rap, these guys are, you know, doing some big things, man, and, you know, it's kind of unprecedented.
Yeah, but let's slow down a bit though, because they also decided they felt the need to call themselves the best group ever.
Hey, look, what do we always say though? If you're gonna be a monkey,
be a gorilla.
I mean, hey, so hey, look, they're in their 20s. They're getting money that a lot of groups never saw. They're getting a lot of respect that a lot of groups never saw. And what I just named right now, they're doing three things that 95%, 97% of rap groups never did. So in their eyes, they like, yo, what are we judging this on? And to them too, for them to kind of be a little bit more technically sound than a lot of the mumble guys, a lot of younger guys, they actually do kind of take pride in their craft.
I got 2/1 word for you.
What's that?
Outcast.
Yeah, no question. Yeah.
You're not even the best group in your own city, dog.
Nah, hey, listen.
But
they're
but I understand
right where they should be in their 20s and how they should feel about what they're doing.
They on top of the world. So hey.
I tell you this, and to your point, this will humble them a little bit. Super Bowl 53 is in their city. If they had to choose between Outkast and Migos, who they picking?
Hey man, if they get Andre 3000 to perform, they might be at halftime.
Hey, listen.
Yo,
that's what I would be pushing.
You don't tell me you don't,
big boy. I'd be like, yo, fam, listen, yo, dog.
We could do.
We do 3 songs, yo. You ain't even got it. You can wear a mask.
3 songs.
You can wear a mask, and you ain't gotta do much. And look, the angle is you take your son to the Super Bowl every year. That's y'all thing. Like, yo, it's in our city. Like, you telling me you don't want to do this in our city?
What songs could they do though? They couldn't do Bombs Over Baghdad.
Oh no, they could keep it with Rosa Parks. Got to do that. Aha, what's that for us? Like Rosa Parks. Definitely.
I do Hey Y'all.
Hey Y'all, of course. And then, I mean, shoot, what's the name was the #1 single too? The Way You Move. Like, if they just kind of just keep it with that, and then maybe throw in the Whole World.
Can they get Miss Jackson in there?
Miss Jackson, definitely.
The Whole World, and get like the parade, the cavalcade of kids, like Small World Ride.
That'd be awesome.
There it is, Outkast.
Yeah.
2019 Super Bowl 53.
Like Outkast and like Usher. Well,
49ers versus the Patriots.
Hey, anything's possible.
Anything's possible.
Who is your it's way too early prediction for next year?
It's way too early.
Because we both were wrong this year.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, no, I was half right.
But yeah, Patriots.
I had Patriots in.
Yeah.
Ugly.
I had the Patriots and Packers.
Yeah, now that can A-Rod is. I mean, him staying healthy, they always got a chance.
Yeah,
because I figured they would have been right in the mix if he doesn't get hurt. I mean, the Eagles, they pretty much gonna be all intact. I mean, well, I can't even say barring injury because they had injury and they still, bro. So they're definitely a favorite.
That's what makes them scary.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's been a rematch in quite some time. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me to see one.
Yeah.
I mean, the super early prediction. I don't know what the result will be.
Mm-hmm. Well, if your man retires, you know.
What are you gonna do? Action movies?
You might be in Rocky. He might be in Creed too.
Oh, that would require him to read and or remember lines.
Hey man, listen, Sly Stallone ain't read or remember the line yet, so don't think it's too far fetched. Yeah,
but that takes a skill in and of itself. So
before we move on to 4 women, I have a question for you, man.
Talk to me, Chief.
Do you care that Travis Scott is a new father? I could have said anything. He said no. No,
I don't care about Travis Scott at all for nothing. So this is actually the best thing he's ever done. This is the best thing he's ever made.
Again,
it's not the best thing he ever made.
I'm telling you, there's so many people that will tell you he is a genius.
He is a genius. That don't mean he make good music.
That's true.
You know.
Okay. You don't care. A lot of people care.
I know 14 million people in 24 hours cared.
Yeah.
So no, definitely congratulations to them.
For sure.
The new Kennedys, America's royal family.
Yo, it's crazy because they definitely are on their get out joint, man. Like, yo, they literally take black men and use them for their own purposes. Like,
put them in the
pocket. Has anybody snapped a picture? You remember when Kanye used to be going crazy when they paparazzi?
That's why.
That was why.
Yeah, man, because he was trying to let them know, man, help me.
Get out.
I'm trying to get out.
I made Jesus. that was his cry for help.
You gotta play it backwards and you'll hear all the pleas. You know, like, they got me trapped.
Yep. Jesus.
No, it's yo, they are unstoppable. Like I said, like, I don't know, it was one of the shows last year. I was like, the core family of the Kardashians, they handle fame better than any group of people I've ever seen in my life. But the people that they bring into their circle can't handle their level of fame, and they can't handle all the scrutiny that their level of fame brings, and it usually tears them down.
It's true.
So like they were, for I don't know how, Chris, whatever kind of boot camp she running, but she prepared her girls and her for everything that the media is going to bring to them. They went through some of the most, for most people would be the most devastating things. And they literally come out smelling like roses and money.
Yeah.
They turned a leaked with air quotes sex tape into $1 billion empire.
Yes, it's crazy.
Yeah, so
they're like, yo, we're not even putting our biracial babies inside bellies anymore. We're gonna use your belly, your uterus.
yeah. They was talking about yo, Kim looked good after the pregnancy. I'm like, yo,
What, she was gonna be stress eating?
it like she didn't house the the last baby, but yeah. Why do I know that?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? You the one like in the pictures. I'm
right.
just
Yeah,
like
so true.
But it's crazy though. Like, like I said, I've been stopped dissing them just because they are who they are. They never tried to be anything that they weren't. Well,
and to be honest, any time you spend any amount of time talking about them, hating them, disliking them, talking about them, that only makes them stronger.
Yep, it makes them. It makes them. It's like the Blob when you you throw shit at it, it just get bigger. It's just like so you just let them cook. You know what I mean? They do what they do, and we do what we do.
Exactly. So
congratulations to them in their new baby in the clan.
Yeah.
Always
good.
Travis Scott, run fast, homie.
4 women. The 4 women we want to talk about really quick. Always a privilege to be able to shed some light on.
Absolutely, man.
Some ladies of color that are doing their thing. That are just being strong out here. Who
we got this week, Vado?
So, man, I want to start with someone who's actually making some noise, and she might be the next Cardi B. I mean, if that's a
is she making money moves?
her star is definitely rising. She's becoming more popular. The lady that I'm talking about is Amara Lenegra, excuse me. She's on Love and Hip Hop Miami. She's bringing more attention to the Afro Latina, like the Afro Latina. I don't want to say persuasion, but that type of actual
read. Is it? I feel like it's the right word.
Yeah, that I don't want to say lifestyle either, but it's just more so that that type of person, like that
dark skinned Latinas.
Yeah, basically. Like people aren't quite sure what Afro Latina is. She's like the personification of that. She's someone that's from the Dominican Republic, but her roots and her heritage is of African descent, and we're used to saying African American and knowing that person, obviously came from Africa because they're in America. So, but yeah, just from kind of her sex appeal, the way that she carries herself, and the way that she has that same type of bravado where she's not easily shaken. She reminds me of, her predecessors as far as like the Jocelyn's and the Cardi B's as far as that particular vehicle. And, she actually making some music that's not terrible.
Yeah, she's her fan base is strong within the Latino community, and she's trying to make her way into the U.S. market.
Right.
So, I watched the show with the champ, and it's crazy because when you see her, it at first it throws you off because it looks like she's wearing like blackface,
yeah, for sure.
And you're like, yo, but that's her natural skin.
But her skin is beautiful.
Yeah. But when you first, if you don't know any better, you might be offended because you think that's what she's doing, but that's not the case. And so I'm sure that there's that bias, and then from somebody that's lived in Florida, you see that where you have like that bias the same way with dark skin and light skinned black people. You have these biases and stereotypes, and it's unfortunate that they're playing with that as well, but she's doing a great job of killing a lot of those stereotypes and misconceptions for not only Latinas, but people of color and people with darker skin. So big ups to her, man.
Yeah, we need that, but it's because little girls, no matter what their color is, coming up, whether they're dark skinned or light skinned, there's always, some type of bullying or some type of way that people make them feel less because of whatever they are.
And some kind of way to divide and put down, and
exactly. And the more times we see people like her, people of all different types of colors, there's obviously probably a million girls that look like her that just haven't had people out in the open to show people
representing for them.
Exactly. So man, big shout to her. April Ryan is another woman that we want to give a shout out to. She is a veteran White House journalist, and recently she was disrespected. Imagine that, by the Trump administration. But she actually, kind of, she handled it very well. They called her names. Just try to discredit her, and she essentially said, no, that's not happening. You're trying to deflect from what I'm trying to bring to light. I'm a respected person who's been correspondent for the American Urban Radio Networks for years, been on CNN as a political analyst. And there's no reason for you to talk to me like that. Don't deflect. Let's get down to the issues. And I think that's what we need more of when it comes to this administration. You need more people. Hey, look, I don't care what I look like. That's not what we're here to talk about.
Let's talk about these issues.
Right. And let's talk about getting some better leadership from you. If you got to be here, let's concentrate on the issue. So, she did that, and she actually ended up getting an apology from the office, as well as the people that made the comments on Twitter, of all places, of course, right?
That is like the office these days.
Right. Exactly. So salute to her. I was actually glad to kind of learn a little bit more about her and the things that she's done over her career. Like I said, had seen her maybe a couple times on CNN, but she's done some really good work in the community for over 20 years, and she's continuing to do it. And it just looks like she's not having it. She received all types of threats via social media, emails, and everything, and she's still not going for it. So. Salute to American Urban Radio Networks. They stood beside her, and they kind of just said that they supported her, and they've made sure that she feels comfortable and safe, and it just looks like she's going to be able to move forward and do her job. And we need more of that. So man, salute to her. It's just crazy just to see the stuff that people get away with if you don't check them, and that's that's where we are right now. We're at that point now where there's no reason for us not to hold.
Gotta hold everybody accountable, man.
Yeah.
You get shit like how what happened in Hollywood for so long.
Exactly.
If you don't.
So, Altered Carbon is a drama that's coming on Netflix. It's actually on now. You're able to stream it. And Renee Elise Goldsberry is she's the one.
Her name is the shit. She sound like she about to get the next the spot on the throne, yo.
Yeah. So she's already she had a huge 2015 that led into 2016 where she actually received Best Performance by an Actress in a featured role in a musical for her work in Hamilton, and that has allowed her to parlay that into more roles.
Hamilton, never heard.
Ever heard of that? She was stunning. throughout that whole time. Great speech, kind of caught people's eye with that. And then she's got this role here on Altered Carbon. Not really my thing, but just she has me intrigued to almost take a look, man. I'm gonna be real honest. I'm not the sci-fi dude necessarily, but just based off of what I see from her and just kind of this, I might take a look. I might partake.
Do this weekend for the Wilson, Joe.
Yeah, check it out.
Fire triumphant grand return that in the Snoop Football League, John.
Okay.
Shout out to Billy Page.
Well, yeah, definitely let us know how that joint is. She already got the Tony. Maybe she'll get the Emmy next, and she'll be halfway there to the EGOT. But no, salute to Renee Elise Goldsberry from the Tissue. Our last lady, since we do talk a lot about music, and I know Phil is not quite hip hop, but you do respect great art. Cecile McLaurin Salvant, she's doing jazz. I mean, in a way that hasn't probably been heard in a while. She received several Grammy nominations, critical acclaim, and her album that's out now, Woman Child, is her second effort out here, and it's getting a lot of love out here in the streets.
Yeah, I know you're a big jazz head, so
yeah. No, it was nice and smooth, man. You definitely can vibe out to it.
Break nice on it.
This Gigalepsy plays the sax. That's his contribution to jazz. That's about it. But no, she won Best Vocal Jazz Album.
Word.
So that means there's a lot of skibbity beep 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 bop bop beep beep bop bop bop. But besides that though, it was pretty cool because she was actually the youngest woman to win it 2 years ago, and then she came back and re-upped. So anybody that's into that type of stuff, please check it out. I'm sure the champ might probably check that out. So there it is.
Yeah, man.
For women.
Can I get a bonus one since we in our Super Bowl edition?
Of course.
Since Philly's winning quite so well, let's put this one. Let's put the crown where it belongs, yo. All right, so we know Cardi B had a Super Bowl commercial with Amazon.
Yep.
One of the things that stood out was a dress that she had on in the commercial. So it was designed by a woman from Philly. So definitely wanted to give her a shout out. And I'm pulling it up right now.
And it's like one of those things we saw. It's like, oh man, that joint must cost like $50,000. It must be like Versace.
Yeah, and it's Iris Bonner. And her company is These Pink Lips. So that was the designer of the I just read them how I see them, yo. But I'll read you. She's on Instagram at These Pink Lips, and her IG bio. I'll read it just as it says. Pussy power, uplifting and inspiring for women to be sexy, strong, beautiful, and comfortable with their femininity and power. Pussy, not war. ThesePinkLips.com, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I love it.
I mean, hey, look, if that's the slogan, I mean, I'm with that slogan.
Yeah, I that's the slogan I live by. And she's a full supporter of the Foot on Your Neck season.
Yeah.
So definitely shout out to her. That's somebody I would love to talk to, man. Because anybody that's that passionate, just in those words.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's an artist. She's a fashion designer, but she does a lot. And that was one of her the dress Cardi's wearing in the video, I mean in the commercial, was one of her original designs. So she's been shining. I'm looking at the site now, and there's other colors. They even got a version where that's black and white that I'm looking at. They got bathing suit version. So it's definitely give her a shout out, thesepinkllips.com, and that is Iris a Barbie Bonner.
Word. Salute.
Please say the Barbie.
Yeah, man. Hey, man. Tissue cares, man.
Don't nobody else care, yo.
That's it.
Plus one, yo.
It's not. Yo, listen.
5.
Yeah. Hey. Yo, Del P, right?
Our guy.
I mean, he said finally.
Remember the cipher?
He said finally.
With the PH.
Yeah.
Did the actually, I'm surprised that we haven't heard more of these. He did an actual Eagles tribute song.
Yeah.
Which was
time out. Jason Kelce.
What you gonna do, brother? Yes, yo, Jason Kelce. He just gave his WWE.
We're gonna get back to Dope P. We'll give him some more shine. Jason Kelce, as far as bars go,
he had all the bars. Yo.
He
had time today, cuz.
Yo, he had some of the best bars of 2018 already.
All the smoke.
He went Black Thought at flex level. Like that was Ralph level.
Yo, he had the mummers. Yo, he looked like the Jack of Hearts.
Yeah, he killed it. And yo, the thing is, like, as a Chiefs fan, like, I know Travis Kelce very well just from following him for the past 5 seasons. Like, I feel like, yo, like, I know when he's about to do something stupid. I know when he's about to say something stupid. I know when he's about to, like, stand up for his teammates. That's exactly who Travis is. Like, people can say what they want about Alex Smith, but Travis Kelce always stood up for him. He always stood up for Big Red no matter what. He always stood up for the defense, even when they didn't do necessarily what they wanted to do. He's like, yo, if we're in this locker room, we're in this locker room together. And now I can see that his brother is on that same vibe. So that was really cool for me to see. And I thought Travis was the canon of the family. So to see Jason like that, I was like, oh,
he's the older brother though, right?
Yeah. Jason's older by like a year and a half or so.
Yeah, yo, that joy was that was.
He said Jason Kelce's too small. Lane Johnson can't stay off the juice.
Yo, when they said he can't stay off the juice, I was like, yo,
they was like, all right, yo,
because in the NFL that could be taken a whole different way.
Oh no, he meant that though, because he's been suspended like twice already.
Oh,
so that's why they was tripping when he said that. Yeah, they was like, yo, boy, drawing. You know, I'm sure that's what they were saying out in the crowd. But
drawing, that's Philly.
That's Philly. Shout to Kiss. Yeah, man. So Torrey Smith can't catch. Nelson Aguilar can't catch.
I know they was probably looking like I caught a touchdown in the road.
Brandon Graham got drafted too high. Yeah, I mean.
But that is stuff everybody was saying.
Yeah,
some of which may or may not have been said by somebody on this show.
Yeah.
So
but shout to him. So when we said Del P and finally, and we talk about bars, I'm like, yo, Jason Kelce probably had the hottest 32 of the year so far.
Fire bars, yo. Mike Lombardi got the business.
He gave him the man.
It made his soul burn slow, yo.
Yeah, he gave him the ether for sure. So yeah, man. So I hope everybody gets a chance. I guess Phil, can we play the Del P joint? You think we'll? Okay, absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, we'll give that to you guys. So you can, get a feel for how the city finally feels.
Yeah.
Just a great moment in time, man, and the sentiment that I know you like, being a championship guy, like they all were basically like the Doug Peterson said, this is the new norm. Howie Roseman said, hey, get used to this. Like, don't just think this is a once in a lifetime. Let's do this again.
And that's the mentality you gotta have, man. One of the best things about watching that game, they were never scared.
Yeah.
They were not. They didn't give a fuck who the Patriots were, what the fuck they did. They didn't care about their 5 Super Bowls and all their pedigree.
Like they could have easily been playing Biggs Niggas Bleed instead of Dreams and Nightmares.
Yeah, and it would have fit.
It would have fit.
Yeah, because that's the mentality that you have to have. Like so many teams, we saw it with Jacksonville, we saw it with Atlanta last year. So many teams get caught up in who they're going against, and they start overthinking it, and they little manhood start shriveling up, and then they start doing stupid stuff, or just not doing the things that got them in the position to win in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And the Birds was like, no, man, we are who we are. We either going to win this way or we going to lose this way, but we going to be us. Yeah. And that's why they won. That is why they won, because Tom Brady still threw for 500 yards. I mean, but they never stopped being them. Yeah, I mean, I think they punted one time. The Pats did. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't like it was this dominant defensive performance, but the Birds never stopped being who they were, and they kept their foot on the Patriots' neck. They never gave them a moment to breathe. So
the one thing that you can say, Mike Lombardi did eat crow, but I mean, he probably still is one of the sharpest minds out there in terms of just analyzing things. And the one thing he did say about the Eagles was, from week 1 up until now, they've been the best third down team. Like, it's been amazing watching them on third down. Like 3rd and 6 is just what they do. Like, they just repeatedly all season just convert.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, 3rd and 6, for people that know football, that means that basically you maybe were conservative on first down. Maybe you tried something on second down and it didn't quite get you what you needed. So now you need to finish, basically, finish off what your thought was. It's kind of like the period in the sentence. It's like, okay, what are you going to do? You're in that intermediate part where it's like almost long, but it's not that long. Like you can get it without having to like drop back, 5 steps. So, yeah, it's just like Doug just. And my wife said something interesting too. She was like, with Doug being a backup and being behind Brett Favre, like, who better than to kind of get Foles in that mentality of.
And Frank Wright too.
Yeah, and Frank Wright.
Yeah, because he was the backup for Jim Kelly.
Exactly. Like who better? Like, she said that to somebody, like, yeah, you're right. But my man Brett Favre got a chance to, throw his bars out there Saturday night. What he said that I like was, he's like, hey, look, football's not that complicated. These dudes bleed just like you, but he's like, the main thing that you have to remember is, in this game, is like, it's probably only going to be 70 plays, offense and defense. Like, that's the average plays you get. Each play is only about 3 seconds. He's like, so you're telling me 3 minutes of this all-out effort for immortality and to give your city something that they'll never forget? You guys can't do that for them? And he was like, that's just what he was trying to drive home, during his speech.
That's crazy.
And you take it or leave it. You like, I'll get out of here, Brett Favre, whatever. But somebody probably listened to that and was probably just like, yo,
and
yeah,
he's won before, so
they probably listened to that and say, yeah, you know what, Brett Favre, okay, yeah, you're right, Brett Favre. So
never looked at it like that.
Yeah. And Malcolm Jenkins, I think he, like, when you talk about leaders, like when I look at Eric Berry, I'm hoping that he gets a chance to lead his team like Malcolm Jenkins did this year. Like he did a top-notch job from start to finish.
Send him out west.
Who?
Eric Berry, send him out west.
Oh no, he's fine. He's fine. He just was injured.
Come out with the gang.
Nah. He's under contract. He's not going anywhere. But
I just said come rock with us.
Nah, it's all good. Speaking of rocking with us, man, again, man, Sky Zoo has an album out in celebration of us. It's the follow-up to you know, it's the follow up LP to Music for My Friends, but it's also the follow up project to Peddler Theme, which was probably, when you go back and listen to it, sonically was probably the best produced project.
Solid
last year. Like it's every beat was just dope. Phil, what did you take away from In Celebration of Us? Like he got a little bit more intricate with the lines. Like we know for him not to be like a super like punchline heavy dude. And you know, nowadays people are starting to judge MCs on that. Like if somebody, you know, has a conversation about Kendrick Lamar, they say, "Oh well, name me a bar," he says. And then if you can't say one right off top, then he's not worthy of whatever acclaim or hype. But honestly, if somebody said like Sky's joints be so intricate, if somebody said, name me a Sky Zoo bar, like out of respect to not like desecrate it and not like spit it back like totally wrong, I wouldn't be able to do it either.
I could refer you to several, but to actually spit them back verbatim,
right?
Very difficult. Like the whole Charles Lee Ray,
right?
Extended Metaphor,
yeah.
Stretch and Bob joint,
right?
Yeah.
Like it's like I know his lines, but like to spit them back would be is difficult because it's just so intricate.
Yeah, it's like telling a good joke poorly. Like you can get the gist of the joke and you can understand what it meant, but if you don't tell it the same way the comedian did with the right timing, the right inflections, it's going to lose a whole bunch of the sting, and it's definitely not going to be as funny. But if you can nail it perfect, you know what I mean?
See, that's an MC thing, because like with Big, like the reason why he is, you know, that guy is because you can recite it back, and he made it in a way that was transferable, you know?
Yeah.
Like with a lot of lyricists, Scarface, you know, Sky Zoo, even Elzai, like Black Thought. Yo, give me a Black Thought bar. It's like, I mean, he has several, but it's like when I spit it back to you, it just, you know, it's just gonna be it's gonna be a little different. So, to that argument, I think that should go out the window. Sorry, Lupe. You know, he goes to that when he talks when he wants to get on this Kendrick Lamar.
But a lot of people would say the same thing about him. But I mean, you know, they would put him in that same grouping,
right?
You know, so
a little too intricate to recite. But he's like, well, what about my metaphors, my similes? It's like, yeah.
Yeah. But no, I mean, but Sky's album, like from top to bottom, it's basically a story told where the songs. It's one of those things. The songs connect, but they stand alone on their own.
And he starts out with the intro. He starts out with the intro with his dad. Basically at 20 years old, talking to his homie, and he's expecting, he's expecting his son's arrival. You know, Sky was born in December, so it was like, he's like, yo, the year just started, and you know, I'm already expecting my little man. And, you know, that kind of just set the tone for where
absolutely
he was going, because same thing with Sky. Like Sky recently had a son, and you know, that kind of put that into perspective. Like he's like, I was kind of at the same point where my dad was making this like album, although his dad wasn't a rapper, but he was like, some of the things that he was doing, he definitely needed to switch up in preparation for his son. And I felt like that was also kind of his way of likening that to his situation as well, you know, being a expecting father, and now, you know, a recently accomplished father as far as newborn.
And see what I also got from In Celebration of Us, I was thinking he was saying in celebration of these three men, his father, himself, and his son.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is like showing, like, you know, where we started, where we are, and where we're going. You know, that's kind of like what I got from it. He tells a story about, you know, how he went to go live with his dad and how similar it was to Boys in the Hood.
Right.
And what kind of impact that had on him growing up. And, you know, he didn't understand it at first, and then he got to understand it. But all throughout the music, you know, you're steadily getting that MC work, man. I mean, like the crown holder, John,
Yeah.
is one of them tracks. They're just like, you know, where you like, all right, is exactly, you know, you're making your claim like, I'm one of the best to do this. I am one of the best MCs in the world, and you know, this is my my entry to case in point, and you know, this is my exhibit. Hey, I mean, so anybody that's a fan of not only quality bars but quality songs, like well put together songs, you know, this is an album for you. And like I said, it tells a story without necessarily telling the story. You know, because
it's not like Good Kid, or you know, it's not. He's not, you know, just trying to take
a bunch of songs that make one concise story, but every song has meaning in it, and it conveys a message.
Yeah. Yeah, I just like how he like had the even when the shorty was spitting the rhyme, the poem to him.
Yeah.
And like the stuff that she was saying, I was like, okay. I was like, where is this going? And you know, he even flipped that into, you know, a nice joint that we all could relate to. So you know, the skit thing, you know, kind of died out a little bit, or the interlude thing, but I think he uses
did it very well.
Yeah, he uses those well. Like even in music for my friends, like even with the shouts from his friends and, you know, the drops that he got, like I felt like he did that very well as well. So he's a guy that puts a lot of thought into it. Again, no MC appearances. He only really had help from R&B, you know, singers and whatnot for the hooks and everything. So that shows you what kind of vibe he was on as well. Like he tried to make this as personal as possible, I think. And when you kind of leave out, you know, your usual suspects, like you could have easily had Torre on here. You could have easily had, you know, Griselda on here.
Absolutely.
But you know, he chose to kind of take it this route. Like it's just personal. It's just a glimpse into what he's thinking and where he's going, and this is probably you know, his best work to date in terms of just getting to know him and just seeing how
the more introspective Skyzoo.
Exactly. It'll be interesting to see. He has visuals that he's working on now. He had a documentary that came with the mini doc that described you know, just the behind the scenes method of it. You got to see him in the studio. You got to see him for the photo shoot for it. And he's someone that always gives you those moments where you can get to know him a little bit better outside of the music too. So it's really cool, man. It's kind of disparaging when you think about Target and Best Buy. You spoke about this earlier this week, as far as the big box store selling CDs and you know, not being able to actually have it physically in your hand takes away from the aesthetic of it sometimes.
It does. And then I think the experience of buying it in a mom and pop store, I think the big box stores robbed us of that. It's a different experience.
Because like, for example, like you and I have done this literally like 20,000 times, where you're like, who, this is before Google. Yo, who produced Number 6 again? Oh, that was Buck Wild. Or that, that was such and such.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like
you can't ever just go and grab a joint and be like,
yeah. Like, I don't know who produced Forever and a Day.
No,
like, without the producer drop, you're like, you know, like, you know, like he works with Mark Infinite, and you know, he has the Forever Infinite tag, but like otherwise, like yo, you're lost.
Like you can never get like, I mean, you get
right,
you know what I mean?
Right. It's just
that's original, by the way. But
yeah, mine too. But like I had that on my wall. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just another form of supporting the album.
Yeah, I mean, and then you just get, and some of the joints make you want to buy it,
right?
You know, and it's just like you'll never get that feeling again. I mean, even if they did sell them still in Best Buys and everything, it's just not the same.
It's not the same.
That feeling of the mom and pop store.
Yeah.
So
my question to you is, does that hurt an album like this where you're not actually able to kind of look at the liner notes?
Well, I think most of the people going to Best Buy aren't buying Sky Zoo. I think they were still getting it from
Fat Beats
or like the few mom and pops that are left. They're buying physical copies, and then most of the people like us,
like I say, fatbeats.com. Like recently, we just got something in the mail just now. This box over here is from fatbeats.com. They got rid of the brick and mortar, but they're still online. You can still buy records and CDs on there.
Yeah, shout out to the homie Torre who got his
for the record.
First record for the record.
It's available right now on fatbeats.com. Check it out.
But yeah, so I mean, I think for the most part, that's gonna it might actually in a weird way kind of help like a spot like Fat Beats, because people will be like, oh, if I do want a CD, I have to get it from there. And that also that might encourage a lot of the artists to put them out themselves, and where you can get it directly from them, and they can actually see a larger share of the profit. I think it can end up being a better thing for the artists.
The one thing that has helped that I like is that I wasn't a fan of the leaks. Like the leaks for certain things. Like I was so hyped for certain albums that the leak was cool, and I still bought the actual thing, but just for the artist's sake, it's like for you to put all that, and the leaks messed up a couple classic albums. Like it took us, like volume 3.
Almost got somebody killed.
Yeah. I am, like I am.
Had to do that like 3 or 4 times.
I am was probably going to be like like literally like a hip hop classic had they not leaked those joints and they had to redo it. And so, it's just. It's a catch-22. It's like I got this album right at my fingertips. Anytime I want it, I can just purchase it and get it. Or if I have Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify, I
can tell my phone. I can tell my my Amazon device. To play it. Boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
And call it right up.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, get out there and buy Sky Zoo's album if you're rocking with us, rocking with him. He's been on the show a couple of times. He's been very gracious with his time with us. And with those conversations that we had with him, you could tell how much he cares about the craft and what he's trying to get across is something that people would definitely be interested in.
And he told us back then he had a Heat rock.
Yeah. He said that what he was working on now was going to be probably his best work. So, he's someone that puts a lot of thought into it, man. We always salute the guys that do that. So, like you said, a member of the Cypher, man. So salute to him. As we head towards the end of this show, man, I know we talked a lot about the Eagles, but in football, we definitely got to give a shout out to our brother and maybe even give him a little bit of fun. I don't know what you would call it, but DJ Rick G's, he's a Heat holder.
Yeah.
And he got at us. When I saw him recently, I saw him maybe around like week 12? No, it was earlier in the season. Maybe like week 5 of the season.
Oh yeah, he gave you some bars, right?
He gave me the, oh man, yo, I ain't even gonna hold you, dog. Vi, yo, I love you, but yo, disappointed in you and Phil, yo. Y'all still watching football, yo. And I was like, huh? He's like, yeah, listening to the show. Yo, y'all was talking about football. Yo, that's drawn. I was like, what you mean? He was like, yeah, yo. And he's someone who was on the I'm not watching football like 2 seasons ago.
Man.
Back when Chip Kelly he was like, yo, as long as Chip Kelly is the coach of the Eagles, he told us on the show, as long as Chip Kelly is the coach of the Eagles, I will not watch another game. He held true to his word. Chip Kelly got fired, and he still ain't watch. He was like, I don't like how football makes me feel. Like when these dudes don't do what I want them to do as far as like win and not lose. So I just rather not watch. Well, he soon as the ball dropped, and I don't mean the one in Manhattan, but soon as that ball hit the ground and those zeros came across the screen, he was on his way up to his hometown of Philly to celebrate with his brother and his family.
Definitely celebrated.
So salute to him. Got to give him a little bit of crap for that because he said that he was disappointed in us for watching football. But he has his reasons, and even when he told us 3 years ago that he wasn't, we got it. We understood.
But I also understand how much Sunday meant to him.
Absolutely.
Because we know for a fact how personally he takes.
Right. There's a gentleman still wiping a loogie off of his glasses now. She's still trying to get the loogie out of his glasses.
Yo, yeah, he ain't want no smoke. But no, man, shout out to the boy Rick G's. Yeah, man. Like I said, so much of our team, man, like you really start to realize. I mean, of course we're a Philly-centric show because of our close ties to the city. Being my hometown, your adopted town, hometown of your better half. And let
me talk about that for a second, yo. So we got 2 children. My one son, he wants nothing to do with us, so he goes to bed at like 6 p.m. every day. Our other son is the total opposite. He wants to be up with us, and until we go to sleep. But a lot of times it's too late. So he watched the Super Bowl essentially with us, but he was more so making noise. My wife sat in the same spot for at least from halftime until the end of the show, but theoretically same spot for 4 hours, didn't move. And for the last hour, she was like in like a position, like just like just a position that just that you can't describe. She was just waiting for it, and but I give her credit. Every time she was starting to get a little like negative, she snapped out of it and she was like, nope, not this time. She just kept saying it, not this time, nope. Like, and she just stuck with it, man. She actually really believed, but she didn't believe until she saw those numbers on the clock. And then like it was just like something was released from her body and she just, Shawshank. It was great because my son, he's 3, like he knew that she was happy, but he couldn't tell why she was crying. And then he was like, he kept saying, Mama, are you happy? Like, are you happy? And she was trying to explain it to him. She was like, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. But he just couldn't get it. He was like, are you happy? You're crying. Why are you crying? Are you happy? She was like, yeah. But I was just like, yo, this is excited as she gets, man. Like, let's just, so, we just let her be, man.
Y'all the coolest people on the planet, yo. You know how I do, man.
Well, no, me. Yo, when Brandon Graham smacked the ball out of his hand, yo, I've like literally jumped out of my seat because I never thought that I would see Brady like not finish his breakfast, basically. I'm so used to him going down the field. It was a 5-point game. I was like, oh shit. Yeah. I was like, the only way the Eagles are gonna be able to win this game is a Jake Elliott field goal at the end. Brady's gonna get 7. They're going to be down 2, and then maybe they'll be able to pull off some Stephon Diggs stuff and a miraculous field goal at the end. Maybe. That's what I had it as.
Wow.
That would have been dope too.
Yeah, that would have been dope. I mean, take it how you can get it.
Yeah, but when they gave him the ball back and they were only up 5. I said, uh-oh. And then even still, when they were only up 8, and it was still, like 40 seconds or whatever it was.
Hail Mary. Like most people don't even realize, like they would have had to get that and the 2-point conversion, but
he would have got that too.
Yeah, they would. And that's the word. Like I was at the point I didn't want that for them, yo. I did not want that for them. Like the city did not need that kind of heartbreak.
Yeah. So like those dudes have been in the last 4 AFC Championship games at least. I don't want to talk. I don't know past that, but I know at least the last 4. It won 3 of the last 4. And with the one with the Broncos, remember that's the one where Gronk scored, and then they had a chance to score again. Like it's like they turned it on at the end. I was like, "Ooh, this looks just like that one." And they needed to get the 2-point conversion, and they didn't get it versus Denver. But they just could never get control of that game, man. Shout out to the Eagles.
I love it.
They just played behind, and they couldn't get them off the field. So I can't believe it, man. I'm still in shock. You had to sing that song, man, and that was something I didn't think was
like I said, I'm not even mad at it, yo.
Nah, that was dope actually.
There's only really one team that you know how I roll,
Yeah.
Fuck Dallas. Record labeling as a crew.
Yo, they're gonna be back next year though. Don't get it twisted.
Are they?
Yeah, they are. They are. Yeah, they are. Yeah. Oh, yo.
But go ahead.
Real quick, before we get out of here, definitely want to give a shout out to 2 Dope Queens. We just gave a brief mention of that last week. It premiered last Friday. Did its numbers on HBO. Was received very well.
Yeah.
Lot of melanin on the screen. Lot of sex appeal. A lot of jokes.
So it's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah, no, it was great. So yeah, man, shout out to the 2 Dope Queens. They have 3 more shows that they're gonna do. Hopefully, it'll turn into something more for them.
They're talking about a movie.
Yeah. I can see that. Could definitely see that.
Get your money, little duffel bag girls.
We only a week away from Black Panther.
Oh, I got my tickets already.
Yeah, I'm mine too.
Thursday.
I'm in there Saturday, so we'll definitely do a Black Panther show. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, I'm in there Thursday after the right after work at 7.
Yeah.
Yep. In the 3D IMAX.
Nice.
Oh, speaking of legendary, I just saw the OG Bobby D on the screen.
Yeah, we're definitely looking for some big things in 2018 for Robert Dandridge, man. Hopefully get that call.
Yeah, man.
Han Solo, the Solo trailer too, man, with our boy. But I mean,
I'm gonna go see it just because it's him.
Yeah. He's that dude, man. Donald Glover.
So he might be the most versatile. he's literally like Six Shot from the Transformers. like, dude.
Yeah.
Yo, this dude was nominated for Record of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
He won a Golden Globe for Best Director
and Emmy.
And an Emmy.
Yeah.
For Best Show, right? Was it Best Comedy?
Yeah, Best Comedy.
He's pretty nice as an MC.
Yeah.
Wants to be. He had a stand-up comedy special.
Yeah.
What doesn't boy do, man?
Yeah, I know.
Like, does he paint?
He might. He might fix cars too.
like whittle.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be a big year for Childish Gambino. As if last year wasn't big.
Atlanta?
Yeah. Robin season, Atlanta season 2. I think that's March 3rd.
Yeah, I ain't have my glasses on. because I'm old. Was it Robin season, like as in ROIN, like the woman, or Robin like
like Robin like like Atlanta, like Robin season.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the Red Dogs and the Jack Boys.
1 to the 2 to 3 to 4.
Yeah. Phillmatic, man, I'm happy that we were able to do this show. Let the people know how they can listen to our previous shows and what they can look forward to.
You can definitely get at us on SoundCloud. We are at PITT365 on SoundCloud. Or just search Tissue in the Tape. You can get us on iTunes. You can get us on Google Play Store, the War Room Sports Podcast Network, Stitcher Radio. We everywhere. You can even get us ironically on Pinterest. You can pull up the show covers and click on them, and then they'll play. So yeah, we're definitely available to the people. So I want to give a couple shout outs while we killing some time. I want to definitely give a shout out to the whole Educated Ignorance Music Group, RJ Payne. Definitely want to give a shout out to PA Dre, and definitely want to give a shout out to the Def Squad, yo. Because RJ Payne is in fact the newest member of the Def Squad, so you gotta love that.
Dope.
Yep. The official video just dropped. Not the official, but their first RJ Payne promo. So that was something that was definitely dope. And but last but not least, definitely want to give a shout out to Chrissy Mack, RJ Payne's manager. She's been real cool for us. You heard her at the beginning of the RJ Payne episode. She did the intro for that, so definitely big shout out to her. She was actually at the parade, so she was repping that Bird Gang out there. So it's we got a lot of stuff coming up, man. Working on getting some real dope guests up in here, and we're gonna keep bringing y'all the flavors. We got some little special segments we got coming up.
Yeah. Before we go, we got to get the homie Verse on the line, man. He actually went to the J Electronica show. We're gonna save that. we're gonna do a tiny podcast about that.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Tape talk is definitely needed for that.
But no, on that note, man, Phillmatic, man, I'm happy for all Eagles fans, all our listeners out there. We salute you. Take us out with the fader.
Okay, gang. Yeah, like my brother said, man. Shout out to the victors. I never thought I'd see this day, but I actually could say I am happy for all my brethren that are Eagles fans. And enjoy it. And you know what it is, man. Work for the money, live for the love, and die for what you believe in. This is Tissue in the Tape. Respect Heat Holderz and fly, Eagles fly.